down, and this quilt here is called Lattice Quilt by Betty Borland, and these are beautiful fabrics. I'm going to go in close first so you can see some of these patterns. They remind me, and I'm not sure if they are or they aren't, but they remind me of some of the patterns that you would see in the 30s. And I love the tones of the colors, and I'm just going to back up now so you can get overall effect. I like the white borders in there, and Betty has done a great job on this quilt this year. I think you can see what a good selection we have of different things. Here we go. Here's another churn dash center with a square in the middle, and the squares are different. They're not all the same. I think there's a pattern to it though. And this is a subtle color scheme that sort of is a soft approach. So I'll go in and you'll see the pattern better as I go in. You can see one square is quilted with a square in the center, and the other is like a 4-patch. There's a 4-patch, and then there's the square. And I'm not sure what you call that. And so it alternates those two different centers. Elaine, come on. I'm moving around to the other side, and we're going to look at Elaine Johnson's quilt. Here she comes. This is a beautiful quilt this year, and it's a graduation quilt for Gracie. Here's Elaine. You want to say something about your quilt?
Gracie's bedroom's gray and yellow, and I had made a throw for my living room and got the word that there should be a quilt big enough for her bed, so voila.
Voila! What a beautiful quilt.
Ruth Richardson helped me. My sister helped quilt.
Okay, Elaine and Ruth quilted this quilt. Here you go in close. You can really see the details. It pops up and down with the yellow around the edges, and the beautiful patterns that she's chosen. So soft and subtle. Really nice work. Here we go, another Monterey medallion by Polly Duncan. Polly always chooses really bold colors, but puts them together in a very balanced way. Notice the pattern around the edges with the squares forming V's. I love this quilt, and I love her choice of the border, in the border, and then the colors and the stars. That's a beautiful quilt. Polly is amazing. Going on down, Jackie Harrelson Wade's quilt, which is striking in its composition. I'll have to zoom in to see the title, but you can see the square and the white border and the strips, which almost are put together like a string quilt. And I'm going to zoom in here so you can see some of these patterns better. And the title of this is Scrappy String X. And you can see where that's coming from. There you go, right there is an X square. Of course, the way she put it together is the smaller square of the X, and then forms the big X with the littler square. So, and then you can see the kind of quilting that's done in the solid shape of the square in the center. I'm flipping around here to this beautiful green and purple complementary color scheme by Betty Borland. It's very beautiful, and you can see the 9-patch breaks up the bigger squares, and it makes almost it has a little bit of an Irish chain thing going on. So I'm going to back up more and more. Beautiful work and handsome patterns in the fabrics. I'm going to zoom in so you can see some of these patterns. There you go. How's that? Nice. Flipping back around, here's the colorful patchwork. Whoops, there we go. This quilt is by Elaine Johnson, and it's true to her nature of working with bright colors. And I'm stepping back so you can see the whole thing, and then I'll go in on a closer view. And the combinations of colors make each square, even though they're the same, look quite different. These two right here next to each other, you can see how it can change just by whatever colors you choose. The title of this quilt is Quilt of Many Colors. There we go.